Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Budweiser Gardens on August the 9th. My name is Mike Stubbs from AM 980 for what is a hat trick of announcements from the London Knights as they welcome 3 new players to the family. We are joined by London Knights president and head coach Dale Hunter. We are also joined by London Knights general manager Rob Simpson and by a man who you are going to meet in just a moment. Hat tricks are pretty tough to come by in hockey. It's 3 goals. Same game. Alexander Ovechkin is the leader right now among active NHLers. He has 17, and it's taken him 921 games to get those. When you look at hat tricks here at Budweiser Gardens, they wind up being pretty memorable because we have Sharon Hoos, who with her husband sits up in the stands, and underneath their seat is a great big sombrero. And should a Knights player score a hat trick, they take that sombrero and fire it out onto the ice. And as has become tradition, the player then puts it on, and when they're named one of the game's 3 stars, they skate out with that sombrero on. And we are 22 days of August and 22 days of September away from things like that happening again on opening night. There have actually been 4 opening night hat tricks here at Budweiser Gardens. Anybody remember any of them? You don't have to. It's summer. There are no tests in the summer. You're curious, though. 2003, Logan Hunter against the Peterborough Petes, a team he would play for later on in his career. 2005, Dave Bolland scored 3 goals, had 3 assists, 6 points, and the Knights didn't win. It was one of the craziest games ever played here. It was after new rule changes. There were 10 power play goals, and the game ended 10-7. And then Max Domi, in his debut with the London Knights in 2011, had a hat trick, and the Knights won. And they certainly won the next year when Seth Griffith had 3, and they beat the Erie Otters after raising a championship banner. Well, the hat trick of announcements this morning is part of the road back to hopefully more championships for this franchise. There are 3 players who we are introducing this morning, 2 who could not be with us, starting with Ryan Bangs, who was a draft pick of the London Knights in 2016, a defenseman who played last year with the Arnprior Packers and the Carleton Place Canadians, as they ended up winning a championship, so he already has championship pedigree under his belt, and he will be able to learn from players like Victor Mete, who's a draft pick of the Montreal Canadiens, and Jacob Golden, who is now a draft pick of the Minnesota Wild, as he looks to continue his NHL career. Also, Jesper Bratt, who was taken in the Canadian Hockey League import draft by the London Knights in late June. He's a 6th-round pick of the New Jersey Devils and came up through the AIK organization in Sweden. He has a bronze medal in international play, a silver medal in international play, an amazing shot that you're going to see here. The ice is going in on Friday, I believe, right? Friday it starts to go in. And we also have with us the 3rd player who we are announcing in the hat trick of announcements this morning, and that is Dalton Duhart, the Knights' 3rd-round pick from 2017. Please meet Dalton right now.
Holding it backwards.
Dalton is from Grand Blanc, Michigan, which is actually home of many of the Flint Firebirds, so he already has some OHL connection. And spent last year with Detroit Bell Tire under 16, averaged more than a point per game, and then went to the OHL Cup and scored 5 goals in 4 games. Dalton, any of those happen to be hat tricks?
One game, Cambridge.
So a hat trick mixed in there as well. Look, it all fits together nicely. If you were to describe yourself as a player, how would you describe yourself?
I think I'm a two-way center. I like to play both ends of the ice, and I like to produce offensively a lot. So,
If you think about putting on that sweater right there, I don't know if anybody caught it. The look in your eyes when you were able to pull that on. What was that like?
yeah, it's incredible. Just looking at the players that went through this organization already and see where they're at nowadays, it's pretty cool to think about that I'm in that spot.
Rob, if you look back at watching Dalton play in his minor midget days and what you saw, what did you see from the general manager's point of view?
I think first off, you notice his playmaking, his hockey sense on the ice. He plays and does a lot of things that we teach our guys once they arrive, and he does them by instinct. Makes a lot of difficult plays look really easily, naturally on the ice. And I think those are some of the things that stood out. He's very unselfish. He uses his teammates around him and makes other players around him better. And as you saw at the OHL Cup, too, that he can score when he's given a chance.
One of the newest members of the London Knights family, Dalton Duhart. In a moment, for members of the media, we will open up to one-on-ones, but if we have any questions from the crowd, now would be the time.
Michael, son, you were a high draft pick in the NHL, were you not?
Yeah, I was fifth one.
What made you decide to come here rather than go there?
Yeah, just looking at seeing what they could do for players and what they have done in the past, and seeing how they produce guys to the next level, and that's where I want to be eventually. My goal is to get to the NHL one day. So, seeing.
The faster track.
Yeah, exactly.
Were you able to follow this team or the Flint team or the other teams in the OHL last year?
Yeah, I was at a lot of games last year. I'd be watching, seeing how many players, like draft picks and things like that, were on each team. So, yeah, for sure.
A young lad named Andrew Parrott's going to be a teammate of yours. Have you played with him or against him?
I've played against him for the past 6 years, and I never knew him until the couple days ago when we met here at the rink.
What was he like as an opponent?
He was hard to play against. He's a hard hitter. I never enjoyed playing against him, but yeah, he's a nice guy. It's good to meet him now.
What have you done all summer, son?
I've been skating with Tommy Menino a lot, one of the London guys. So I've been on the ice 4 to 5 times a week, and then I got a great workout program that I've been doing, helping me put on some weight and some muscle, just getting faster and stronger to get ready for the season. Thank you.
22 days of August, 22 days of September, and then it is opening night here at Budweiser Gardens. Don't forget that training camp begins final week of August. We will break into one-on-ones right now. Thank you very much for being here this morning.